Hey Nick, what's going on? It's Russell. I'm here to do a tutorial walkthrough on how to do frame-by-frame animation in Photoshop. So first, you pick a file, any file that you want, and you open it in Photoshop, and it's going to be a QuickTime file. So in this case, it's the one that I sent you. I can also cut it up and give you a smaller. I can give you a chunk of just that one shot or setup. So here you go. So what happens is it brings you here. If you look down here, it puts it in video group, and I noticed there's a little bit of a weird flaw. So what I do is I drag it out and I delete the video group, so I keep this in there. So now you have that. Oh, and also don't forget, there's a timeline down here. If that's not already there, you go up here and you go to timeline, and that's how you turn it on. So now you got this timeline. It's just like a normal edit timeline. You can play, do stuff like that. Now what you do is you go up to layer and you go to video layers and you do new blank video layer. Okay, so what that did is now you have a layer on top and this down here. Now what I usually do if you want to do it this way, I usually lock the bottom layer because I found that there's like a shortcut that selects another layer, and I've definitely been like rotoing and then realized that I've been drawing on top of the video, like on the video itself, which isn't helpful. And I'll just do it and then I'll get through a few frames. I'm like, I just wasted 30 minutes because I've been rotoing on top of the actual video and then I have to undo it. So I usually lock it so I can't accidentally do that. Then you select a brush, and then I was using, where is it? I was using the pencil. And then you can draw, right? So now I'm drawing. And now I was on the first frame, so now when I hit next, you just kind of keep going. Right, so now I'm drawing on top of the picture. Now, what you can do is you can, do something like that. And now you see I keep going down to pushing the next frame button, and you're going to eventually get agitated by that. And so I went in and I made a new keyboard shortcut for that. I made it Option F1 and Option F2, which seemed like ones that were open but also readily accessible. You could probably route it to your tablet too. So you just route the keystroke to your tablet button. Okay, so I just did those, right? So if I turn off the bottom layer, I hit play, what's that? It's kind of fast, and you see what's going on. So that's how you do that. What else was I going to show you? Oh, onion skinning. So onion skinning is, it's easier to see when the video's off, but see how you're seeing this, right? You're seeing the frame that you're on. So if you go over to here, you get all these options, and one of them is onion skinning, and onion skinning settings. I don't know, one frame before, one frame after, 50%. Okay, so you can kind of tweak the settings for onion skinning there. But if you turn it on, see now, if you look, you're seeing the previous frame. So if I go back, you're kind of getting the previous frame and the next frame. So the darkest one is the one you're currently on, and the light ones are the next ones. So it looks like 50% for the previous 25. You can also, you could turn it off where it's just like you only see the previous, not the next, which can be helpful. But yeah, so that's how you do that. And then if you want to change the keyboard settings, you go here, down to, it's under Edit, and then Keyboard Shortcuts. And then I believe you go down to, Timeline Video, and then Next Frame and Previous Frame, and you click on it. You can just select a shortcut by pressing it. So I did Option F1, Option to F2 because those weren't being used by anything else. And again, they seem to be good quick keys. And you can route that to your Wacom tablet. I don't know if you've done that before, but if that's something you want to do, you can go into your Wacom tablet. I don't know if I plugged in. It's in here though. You can select a button and then you can change it to keystroke. But that's it. That should about cover it. And then when you're done, so if you save it, something good to keep in mind, when you save your file, the video is not in the Photoshop document. The video is being linked to the document. So if you delete the video that you're using, the next time you open the PSD file, it'll say, I don't know where this is, and it's going to ask to relink it. So just make sure you keep those two together, or you keep it in a place where you're not going to actually delete it. What else? I think that's it. If you want to export, when you're done, you go to Render Video, and it takes a really long time. Sometimes, it didn't do it that time, to load up I don't know what it's doing, it's rasterizing it or something. And then when it gets here, what I usually do is I set it to, on alpha channel, you want to set it to straight unmatted, and that's the main thing. And then preset animation high quality is fine, and all this other stuff is okay. And then select the output location. And that's it. All frames you probably want to turn on. And obviously when you're doing that, you want to turn off the video layer. Otherwise you're going to export the video with it. But yeah, so that's it. That's sort of how you do it. You probably actually route a shortcut to onion skinning. That's probably a good one too, if you set a button on your tablet to be to onion skinning, because I bet that's the kind of thing you'd want to turn on and off a lot. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can like my video down here, and you can subscribe to it over here. And if you go over here, you can